Have you ever wondered why moving on is often considered a journey rather than a destination? It's because moving on is not a switch that we can simply flip on or off. It's not a one-time event, but a process, a journey of self-discovery, growth, and healing. It's about traversing the landscape of our emotions, our memories, our hopes, and our fears. Life is like a river, constantly flowing, constantly changing. We are the boats navigating these waters. Sometimes the waters are calm and serene, and other times they are turbulent and stormy. And sometimes we find ourselves stuck, anchored to the past, unable to move forward. This is where the art of moving on comes into play. It's about lifting that anchor, freeing ourselves from the shackles of the past, and allowing ourselves to flow with the river of life once more. It's about embracing change, embracing uncertainty, and embracing the future with open arms. Moving on is like a journey through a dense forest. At first, the path may seem dark and intimidating, filled with shadows of our past, but as we venture deeper into the forest, as we confront these shadows, we discover that the path is not as dark as we thought. We discover that we are stronger than we believed, more resilient than we imagined. Along this journey, we learn to let go of what no longer serves us. We learn to forgive ourselves and others. We learn to accept our past, not as a burden, but as a stepping stone towards our future. We learn to heal, to grow, to evolve. And as we journey through this forest, as we navigate the winding path of moving on, we discover a clearing, a space filled with light, with hope, with possibility. We discover a new beginning, a fresh start. We discover ourselves, not as we were, but as we are, as we have become through the journey of moving on. So remember, moving on is not about forgetting the past or erasing our history. It's about learning from our experiences, growing from our mistakes, and embracing the future with hope and courage. Moving on is not merely an act of leaving behind the past. It's a courageous act of reclaiming our present and shaping our future. Sometimes, moving on begins with decluttering our lives. It's as if our physical surroundings are a mirror of our internal world. And by tidying up our external environment, we're also cleaning up our emotions and thoughts. Imagine the clutter in your home as a manifestation of past experiences, with every object holding a memory, a story, or an emotional attachment. Now, imagine letting go of these items, one by one, each release symbolizing a step forward into the future. This is not about discarding the past, but rather acknowledging that these reminders have served their purpose, and it's time for them to make way for new experiences. Just like a tree sheds its leaves in autumn to make way for new growth in spring, we too can declutter our lives. It's a process of releasing your attachments, making space for fresh opportunities, and inviting in the new. It's a process of releasing attachments and making space for new beginnings. But moving on goes beyond physical belongings. It's also about untangling the threads of emotion that bind us to the past. It is about the mental and emotional clutter that often weighs us down more than any material possession. This emotional baggage is not just heavy, but it can also obscure our path ahead, making the journey of moving on seem daunting and endless. Moving on means acknowledging these emotions not just as part of our past, but as essential components of our present. It means recognizing that our past experiences, both the joyful and the painful, have shaped us into who we are today. It's about understanding that it's okay to feel nostalgic, to miss what once was, to grieve what we've lost. But it's also about realizing that our emotions are not static. They ebb and flow, just like the tides of the ocean. They change with time, and so do we. We are not the same person we were yesterday, last month, or last year. And that's all right. Change is a natural part of life. In moving on, we honor these emotions. We give ourselves permission to feel, to cry, to laugh, to reminisce. We allow ourselves to feel the full spectrum of human emotion without judgment or shame. Yet honoring our emotions does not mean being consumed by them. It means giving them space to exist, understanding their roots, and then gently releasing them. It's about finding closure, not by burying our emotions, but by giving them the light they need to fade naturally. This process might not be easy. It may require patience, courage, and resilience. But remember, moving on is not a race. It's a personal journey that unfolds at its own pace. It's a path of healing, growth, and transformation that leads us towards a brighter, more peaceful future. And so we continue to move on, one step at a time, one emotion at a time. We embrace the journey with an open heart and an open mind. We learn, we grow, we heal. And in this journey we find ourselves, our true selves, undiminished by the past, but shaped and strengthened by it. It's about acknowledging our pain, honoring our experiences, and finding closure. Self-care becomes our compass on this journey of moving on. It's the light that guides us through the fog of uncertainty, the beacon that illuminates our path towards healing. As we voyage through the uncharted waters of change, we often forget to tend to the vessel carrying us, the self. Self-care is more than just bubble baths and spa days, although those can be delightful. It's about nurturing our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. It's about feeding our souls with things that bring us joy, peace, and fulfillment. It's about taking time for introspection, for quiet moments of stillness where we can hear our own thoughts, our own heartbeats. It's about honoring our emotions, allowing ourselves to feel, to heal, and most importantly, it's about remembering that it's okay to put ourselves first, to prioritize our well-being as we navigate the complexities of letting go. Community becomes our lifeline on the journey of moving on. Like a lighthouse guiding ships through tumultuous seas, the community shines a beacon of support and understanding when we find ourselves lost in the waves of change. When we feel unmoored, disconnected from the familiar, it's our community that anchors us back to a sense of belonging. Our community might take many forms. It could be our family, friends, colleagues, or even online spaces filled with like-minded individuals. These are the people who stand by us, who listen to us, who share our joys and sorrows. They are the ones who remind us that it's okay to feel, to grieve, and to heal. They are the ones who validate our experiences, offering empathy instead of judgment. But the role of community extends beyond simply offering a comforting presence. It also plays an active part in our healing process. It provides us with different perspectives, helping us to see our situation through fresh eyes. It introduces us to new experiences, nudging us gently out of our comfort zones. It encourages us to grow, to evolve, and to step into our power. Moreover, community gives us a sense of purpose. It reminds us that our stories, our experiences, and our journey of moving on can inspire and uplift others. We become part of a collective narrative of resilience and transformation, adding our unique voice to a chorus of shared human experiences. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of community is its ability to mirror our strength back to us. In times of doubt, when we question our ability to move on, it's our community that reflects our courage, our resilience, and our spirit. It reminds us of who we are and what we're capable of, even when we forget. So, as we journey through the process of moving on, let's remember to lean into our community. Let's remember to reach out, to connect, and to share. Because it's in these moments of connection that we truly heal, grow, and move forward. It's the reminder that we're not alone, that we have shoulders to lean on and hands to hold as we navigate the uncertainties of transition. Moving on opens doors to new beginnings and opportunities we never imagined. It's like standing on the precipice of a new day with the dawn breaking over the horizon, casting its warm glow on uncharted paths. As we let go of the past, we free ourselves to explore the vast expanse of the present and future, unburdened and full of potential. Imagine, if you will, a bird preparing to take flight for the first time. There's fear, yes, but there's also excitement, the thrill of the unknown, the promise of adventure. That's what moving on feels like. It's the wings we never knew we had, unfurling, ready to take us on a journey of self-discovery and growth. As we move forward, we find ourselves in unfamiliar territories. New environments, new relationships, new challenges, but rather than viewing these as intimidating, we can see them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to step out of our comfort zones, and truly come into our own. When we move on, we're not just leaving behind the past, we're also stepping into a new version of ourselves. We're embracing change. And in doing so, we're opening ourselves up to self-improvement and self-actualization. We're rewriting our narratives, choosing resilience over regret, strength over sorrow, and hope over heartache. Moving on allows us to redefine ourselves. It gives us the chance to leave behind what no longer serves us and make room for what does. It's the opportunity to pursue our passions, to chase our dreams, to become the best versions of ourselves. And in the end, isn't that what life is all about? It's not about staying stagnant, but about evolving. It's about becoming more than what we were yesterday, more than what we are today. It's about moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. So as we journey forward, let's embrace these new beginnings with open arms. Let's seize the opportunities that come our way. Let's celebrate the beauty of change, the thrill of the unknown, the exhilaration of growth. Because moving on is not just about leaving the past behind, it's the invitation to rediscover ourselves, to pursue our passions and to embrace the beauty of possibility.